Welcome to the Small Business Voice with Justin Duncan and Liberty Santiago on Power Talk 1360 KFIV, the show that talks to small business owners about the best ways to practice business in our current day from experienced professionals. We are here every Saturday at 11 a.m. to noon. This week we have Carol Hall with Shomo Promo going to talk to us about some birch and promo items. And actually, I'm a customer of Carol's. I have been for about 3 years now. So Carol's awesome, by the way. So we're going to have her on a little bit later on.
We're also going to talk about some challenges that we've had with our throat chakra, which is this speaking point. This is your ability to clearly communicate, and you have a story for us about that.
Yeah, when I first started with Gold Star, I got invited to a club in 2017. I just got into business, and it was multi-level marketing. And I went to I was invited to a club. It was a visitor's day, and I met my friend outside, and she said, "Hey, be prepared to give a 60-second presentation." And I'm like, "What?" She goes, "Yeah, we have to do that." And I'm thinking, "No, we don't. We don't need to do that." So I said, "Okay, well, I agree." So I went upstairs, and I was meeting with different people, and I had fun doing that, just kind of talking and doing the meet and greet, the networking, and
work in the room,
yeah, meeting everybody, and we all sat down, and when it came to my turn, I really didn't know what to say. And I spoke for about 10 seconds for a 60-second presentation, and 5 of those seconds were ums. Like, "Hi, I'm Justin."
Yes.
And
stammering.
Yeah. And I was in my own head, and I was nervous. You can't shut me up now. That's one of the great things about growing. You can. But you actually have some breathing exercises. So if I would have known you back then, you would have said, "Okay, sit down. Let's breathe. Let's inhale.
Bring in the good energy.
And let those bad toxins
release.
Release.
Right.
So why don't you share with us how you would help? Let's go back in time. How would you help me get out of my own head?
Well, first what I would do is really figure out what the goal of that 60-second presentation was. Like, what was the call to action, or what was the main driver of this message? And I would help you to kind of rehearse that. Mm-hmm. And so then that way it really takes the guesswork out of what it is that you're going to be saying. So that way when you're in the moment, you could just focus on your breathing. And I would have you do some breathing exercises in advance, almost like a workshop, so to speak, where you're cleansing the overwhelm and you're getting out of your head. So a lot of times when we have a hard time figuring out what to say is we're too busy thinking about what other people will think, and we're allowing that mental highway to get really clogged. But breathing can help you to bring in the positive energy and help you get more into your body.
Yeah.
So I have you sit and close your eyes and visualize white light coming from, the universe, coming from the sky, and bringing that down into your body, and specifically the area where you feel like there's resistance. So if you feel like all choked up, then I would say, that's your throat chakra, and I would have you visualize bringing that white light into the area of your throat and visualizing the blue light to be expanding, and breathing out towards the back. So you would be feeling like you're exhaling the bad energy out the back of your neck, because your body represents the present, and the front represents the future, and the back represents the past. So I would have you visualize taking that good energy, going through the throat chakra, and then forcing that energy back out through the back. That's in the past. Your overwhelm is now in the past.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's practice that really quick. So if you're driving, pull on over because you don't want to do this if you're driving. and if you're exercising, because a lot of people like to exercise while they listen to us. I found that out.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Well, that's an interesting fact. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm going to lead you through this breathing exercise, and the best way that I can help you to remember is the combination of 4, 4, 6.
Okay.
So the inhalation for 4, hold it at the top for 4, and then breathing out through your mouth for 6. So
Okay.
slow exhale.
Okay, ready?
Yep. And you'd want to repeat that about 3 times, but really be in the present moment and just, closing your eyes and allowing that.
I do feel better, even though I just did it the one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I was thinking, we're on radio. We should probably not have dead air when we're doing this.
So you just want to, inhale through your nose and hold it at the top for 4. And exhale, ha breath out. And you actually want to make the noise.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that whole exercise really helps. And it's just like, we have Carol Hall on the line from Shomo Promo, and it's just like you were talking about, Carol.
My mind, I'm telling you, my mind is so scattered right now, I just cannot think. I feel like I'm so nervous.
Whenever I'm feeling really, really nervous, what's really happening is you're being too much in your head. So to get you into your body, we use this breathing exercise to, stimulate the oxygen and stimulate you to get really focused back into your purpose, back into your solar plexus, your power point, And your solar plexus is about in your rib cage area. And just imagine this yellow light that's right there. And you want to make that yellow light get brighter. So visualize bringing white light down through your your body. Yeah, I know, one of my strong suits is my throat chakra. I am designed to be a speaker. I am designed to talk. And it's harder to own that when you haven't been doing that your whole life. I'm 37 now. I haven't been doing that my whole life, but I know now that that's part of my design. So get into the zone, man.
That's pretty good. But as for me, I was always the quiet one. Even in a group, I have always been quiet, always. From when I was, a kid until now. I'm just in the background. I like to, get in and do things, but I'm just right now, I'll be in a setting and I'm like a sponge. I'm taking it all in, but it's I'm not the one who's going to be in the conversation. I'm just I'm just so introverted. It's crazy. And I'm trying to get out of that because, it's really weird because if I'm networking and stuff, I'm comfortable. I can get out there and talk and everything. But and that's kind of I'm getting out of myself. It's like acting,
It is like acting.
But really, I'm so traumatized.
This is really, really, this is really, really good. So what I would have you do is reframe that. Instead of saying that you're introverted and that's holding you back, is to own that you're introverted and that is wisdom, like an owl, that you see the big picture of things and you don't strike right away. When you see something, you wait until the opportunity is prime for you to speak up and say the thing that you need to say.
That's true.
Yeah, you definitely just want to own your area of genius. And this is what I do with clients, is coaching them to really be refined and to own the things that they think are their weaknesses, to actually create that to be the areas of breakthrough.
Oh my God, we definitely need to get together.
Well, I do feel better now, and it's actually a good exercise, even for experienced people like us, to still do.
Yeah. So one of the things that I really recommend that you do is subscribe to SeriousJoy.com. And there's a daily membership program where you can listen to what he calls the news, right? Like it's actually called the Daily Pep Talk, but I think about it like the news. Like somebody would wake up and listen to the news, but what we're listening to on this subscription is the current astrological report. It's kind of like what to expect. Like, for example, right now we're in Mercury retrograde, which is something to really pay attention to as a business owner, because this can interrupt the normal way, the normal flow of technology and the normal flow of communication. So the best advice that I can give you during Mercury retrograde, which has happened now 3 times in 2021, is to double and triple check everything. When you think you have done a good job, check it again and have somebody else check it. And I also love Serious Joy, the Daily Pep Talk, because he will bring you through a breathing exercise at the end. He'll give you a very deep question to ask yourself for the day, which is a good journal prompt if you ask me.
There you go.
And then lastly, I really love that he does a telepathy exercise at the end. So for example, he'll say, I'm thinking of one of these 3 items, and then he'll say the 3 items, and the one that your intuition nudges you is the one that you want to, decide this is the one he's thinking about. Yeah. And then he'll reveal it to you, and then you can actually vote, did you get it right today, on his website, which is really fun.
Yes. It kind of reminds me of the Teletubbies. Sorry, that's from when my kids were like really, really small.
That's funny. That's funny.
So we are here with Carol Hall of ShomoPromo.com to bring us valuable insights about promotional products and marketing. Check out our website, ShomoPromo.com, and connect with us on the web, smallbusinessvoicemedia.com and libertybrand.biz.
Nice job, Justin.
Thank you. You can also send us a message on our Facebook page and click the like button on the Small Business Voice Media and share your voice with us by telling us what you'd like Liberty and I to discuss on a future show. Our guest today is Carol Hall, Shomo Promo, and we'll be talking with Cheryl Hall to bring us valuable insights about promotional products and marketing. And I'm here with Liberty Santiago, and I'm Justin Duncan on Power Talk 1360. KFIV.
Awesome. So great. Carol, I'm so excited to ask you this very first question about your business. So I want to know, where did you get such a fun name, Shomo Promo?
You know what? That just came off the top of my head. I was just like, I want to show promotional products. And what kind of it just came off the top of my head, honestly. I just was like, let's show more promotional items. I was just trying to make it rhyme, trying to come together, and show more promotional products was too long, so I wanted to shorten it. And I just came up with Shomo Promo and just left it at that. And since that, I mean, oh my God, it's been a hit. Like when I send it out there, I just get so many comments on it. So
you did a great job. This is what I would tell my clients. You nailed it, man.
Yes.
So good. Yeah. So what inspired you to start this business?
Well, I actually been in business since 2011, and I was doing photo restoration and doing gallery wrap canvas. And that was kind of all for fun. And then from there, I just, I had different people asking me if I could make them, a banner or make them a business card. And, I did. And then just kind of years down the line, all of a sudden it just blew up. It went to coffee cups and went to pins and T-shirts. So yeah, it's fun to do. I think it's just amazing there's so many things that you can do with promotional products. So I don't know, I kind of took it and ran with it, and I love it.
Oh my goodness.
A lot of items out there.
Yes, that's so good. I definitely want to know more about the items, but I want to get into that. But first, I'm going to go a little bit deeper. What's an important lesson that you've learned since becoming a business owner?
Important lesson. I would say that It's okay to say no and don't try to take on the world. Don't try to take everything that comes your way. You know, it can overwhelm you. And I mean, you know, when you want to get out there, you want to just, you know, get your name out there and let people know, you know, who you are and you're a business. But, you know, when you take on too much, you know, it's kind of, you know, you can fail, put it that way. And so I just, it's okay to say no. So a real important lesson to me is, you know, don't try and take it all, and just, it's okay to say no, that you can't do this. And, you know, hopefully we can work together at another time, you know, and to stay positive, keep it moving. So you don't have to do it all.
So it's okay to say no, except for me, right?
Except for you, Justin. I can't say no to you.
Oh, my goodness. That's a really good one, and I think I'm learning that right now, too. I just did a proposal for a client, and I just I'm like, I don't know if I really want to do this one.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot. It's a lot of work, and I'm like, it takes
a lot.
Yeah.
And you just want everybody to know that you can do it. Oh, yeah, I'm a business. I can do it. And speaking from experience, that's kind of what I did. I was just like, oh, my God. Then I found myself not sleeping for 7 days. So,
you know,
yes.
Yeah, I just, it's okay to, you know, turn a few things down.
Yeah, Liberty's got a lot on her plate, too. I mean, she's got to babysit me all week. And yeah, so she's got a full week.
Oh, my goodness. I love you, Justin. You're amazing.
I love you too, Liberty.
All right, Carol, what are some examples of the types of businesses that you work with that make up your typical customers?
Well, I work with a lot of customers. I mean, like right now, one of my biggest clients is a hair salon. They have a lot of items, you know, for their clients, you know, labels for their products, you know, different flyers that go out all the time. They're different banners. They're always changing, you know, their signs and, you know, promotions every month, you know, different styles that they're doing. So that's kind of one of my biggest ones that I have right now I have a couple of hair salons that I'm working with. You know, and then there's parents. It's not like one particular client that I have, like, you know, just businesses. I'm also working with, you know, different parents that have stuff that they need to get done for their schools and, you know, for their children. So there's a variety of businesses that I'm working with right now.
Can you talk about the projects that you would do for students?
I just did like about 300 masks for this one school because they all have to, you know, everybody's wearing masks. So that's kind of one of the biggest things that I'm doing right now are face masks. It's just like continuous face masks for the children.
That makes sense.
I am doing, and I am doing, you know, just certain projects for the teachers, you know, printing different papers for the kids so they can take home because they don't go to school every day. So I do print out a few things for the teachers that they can hand out to the children.
So you're listening to the Small Business Voice on Power Talk 1360 KFIV with Liberty Santiago and Justin Duncan. And we are talking with Carol Hall of Shomo Promo, and she's bringing us valuable insights on promotional products and marketing. You can contact Carol Hall at Shomo Promo, 510-928-0218. So, Carol, what is the most unique thing you have branded so far?
The most unique thing? Different things. Let me think. I mean, I branded umbrellas.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
That's cool.
I branded, you know, glow-in-the-dark necklaces. I mean, it's just a variety. Napkins, I've, you know.
Ooh, napkins.
Etched glasses for, you know, wine glasses for restaurants. It's just kind of stuff that's like needed out there right now. So I don't think it's anything really, really unique. Just kind of like the normal, everyday.
Carol's got some beer glasses, too, that she might want to sell also. Isn't that right, Carol?
I do. I have some 5-ounce tasty glasses. So if you're interested in, you know, putting, you know, your name on a beer glass and, you know, having a little beer tasting party, we can do that. We can etch your logo or name on the beer glass and, you know, have a fun evening with a bunch of friends.
See, we also solve problems on here too, Carol. You know, we like to. So what is your most popular item that customers use to promote their business?
I would say T-shirt,
T-shirts.
coffee mugs. Oh, also flash drives. I mean, I get a lot of business for flash drives. I mean, everybody's using those now. So we also promo bags. Your name on a plastic bag. It can be, polyurethane bag, but those are really popular. Shopping bags, writing instruments. That's kind of most our popular things we have right now. Power banks for your phone.
I've been a Shomo Promo customer for a while now, since about 2018. And if you go to our Facebook page this week, some pictures that Carol did of me from a previous show, like she put my head on different things, different fun things. So I'm going to encourage people to check out those pictures. You can contact Carol Hall at Shomo Promo, 510-928-0218. So you're listening to Justin Duncan and Liberty Santiago on Power Talk 1360 KFIV. And we have Carol Hall with Shomo Promo. And she's actually going to talk about CC Canvas a little bit, her other business.
Ooh, yes.
Yes.
I didn't even know that you had that, Carol.
Yes. I do. Like I said, I'm going to put some pictures up. You'll get a kick out of them. And that'll be on our Facebook page. You can also access content on smallbusinessvoicemedia.com. And you can find Liberty at libertybrand.biz.
Yes, let's get connected.
Yes. So, Carol, how did you get started with CC Canvas?
That's a good question. So I got started, I guess back in 2010. Actually in 2007, I got married in 2007, and my wedding pictures were just terrible. I mean, my photographer didn't tell me that I didn't have enough makeup on, or my clothes looked kind of crazy, or my hair was flying away. And I just didn't give anybody any of my pictures. And so my sister came to me one day and asked me, could she see my pictures? And I'm like, no, nobody's going to look at these. They're really ugly. I don't like the way they look. And she's like, well, you just got married. I'm like, I don't care. I'm not giving them away. So anyway, I gave her one of them, and so my family, I come from a family of like nerds when it comes to the computers. My sister's like a graphic artist. I mean, she's like a graphic design geek. So she took my picture and she totally fixed everything. She fixed my hair. She added more makeup, and she just made it look, I was like, oh my God. And so with that, what she did, then I was, I gave my pictures out, but just the magic of Photoshop and what you could do. Mm-hmm. I was so happy. So anyway, that intrigued me, and I was like, well, how did you do that? And so she kind of told me about Photoshop. So I was like, oh, wow, this is cool. So I took, went to school. I took some classes on graphic design, Photoshop, Illustrator. And, I took that and I just mastered it. I thought it was so cool. And then I have another sister of mine who was just playing around and printing. She printed a photo of herself on a canvas. And I was like, wow, how did you do that? So she showed me how she did it. She had this little small inkjet printer, and she kind of put her picture on it. And I thought it was so cool. So I took that idea along with the graphic arts and kind of put it together and started doing my own. So, and it was fabulous. And I started giving them out as gifts. I gave them out as, Mother's Day gifts, Christmas. And then, finally I gave them out for free, and it was such a, hit. I had so many people asking for them that I was giving them away. And then I decided, you know what, I'm going to take this to the next level. And I started a business. And that's kind of how I got started. So, and my dad, he's like he was my biggest supporter. And he, oh my God, he's just been in my corner the whole time, helped me get started. My dad was a strong, proud military man. He served our country for almost 3 decades. And wow. He just, gave me the courage and the strength and said, you can do this. Let me help you. So I got so much advice from him. And anyway, so that's kind of how it got started. And from there, I was doing, I would do the photo restoration where I could manipulate photos and, fix torn photographs. Sometimes you might have had the photo was ripped and you're missing a leg or something. So I was able to manipulate that, put a new leg on it, and just bring the photo back new. Sometimes they were faded and torn, and I was able to bring those photos back to brand new again. Yes. And I mean, that's just, and to see the look on my, my client's face after doing that is just precious. So
she does an excellent job. She does
one of the
excellent work.
fondest memories I have is when I had a lady, she found me on Facebook, and she had a picture of her daughter that she had lost all of her belongings in like in a tornado, and she only had one picture of her daughter, and unfortunately her daughter had passed away from cancer, and this was the only picture that she had. And then after they had a tornado and she lost the picture, so she went down the road, and under all this rubble she found her daughter's picture, and that was the only one she had, and it was all torn and ripped up and everything, and she was devastated, and she asked me could I fix it. So I did. I brought it back new again, and it was just amazing. And to just feel the happiness and the joy that she had from having her daughter's picture back, and this time it was on a canvas, so it can never be, torn or faded again. So that's kind of the things that make, just have the happiness it gives to my clients and to people. That's what really just, made me want to keep going and doing it. So that's kind of how I got started.
I absolutely love that, Carol. That's such a wonderful story. Oh, my goodness. So this is Carol Hall of Shomo Promo that we're here talking about, and she's talking about promotional products and marketing, but also she's talking about really a beautiful story about connecting with her clients and making, magic happen for them. And that connection is what drives more business and just being authentic with your story, which is such a gift. So this is Liberty Santiago. I'm here with Justin Duncan on the Small Business Voice on Power Talk 1360 KFIV. Carol, so I wanted to talk to you about your dad, how you were saying that he really was a source of encouragement for you. He was like your cheerleader, and he gave you a lot of strength. And what I really want to just showcase is, when anybody does that for someone else, it's just creates this ripple effect of empowerment. And he was a really smart man to empower you to become the best version of yourself. So you can now help others with that too. How would you say that this experience with your dad has helped you to empower and encourage others?
Well, one thing my dad always told me was, to believe in yourself. He was just like, focus, Carol, you can do this, believe in yourself, surround yourself around like-minded people, be positive. Don't, be around anybody that's negative or said you can't do it. Just focus and be around people that are like you, that are striving, that want to make a difference and want to change. And that's something that I just kept with me. He always says, one of his favorite sayings was, give the world the best you have and the best will come back to you. And I have just taken that and just, I've just held that, that he's given me, I've just held that close to me, and I share that with different ones. A lot of people different ones that are starting businesses or have been in business and kind of get discouraged. I just kind of give the same information that my dad gave to me, and I give to them, and then we just we go from there. I mean, it's a challenge at times. Being an entrepreneur can really, really be challenging. You have your ups and your downs, and sometimes you're really down. But you've got to lift yourself up, encourage yourself. Like there's a scripture in the Bible where it says David, he encouraged himself, and that's what we have to do. We can't stay down there. We got to get up. Sometimes we fall, but it's how you get up. We'll get stronger as we get up. So
yeah, absolutely.
One of the things that I kept from my dad that I hold dear to my heart.
Yeah, that's really good. I also like, I was reading the book, The Four Agreements, and Don Miguel Ruiz talks about how we're all born with this inner critic, this judge. And so, we're kind of warriors in this mental battle. And it's really good to normalize that. Like, it's not making you broken. It's not causing you to be less than others. It's really good to know that this is happening to everyone, that this critic, that this self-doubt, the fear, the worry, it is there. And surrounding yourself with people that can remind you of your true authentic self and your personal power, those are the people that you really want to, cocoon yourself with, like Gold Star and coaches and mentors and your dad.
Yeah, you can't have enough of coaches and mentors in your life, and especially you want to surround yourself with like-minded people, like you said earlier. That's very, very key.
Yeah, so that's a lot of what we get here with Gold Star, and I know we have our little triad here that's talking. We are all in the same business referral club called Gold Star. If you're listening to this, you can go to meetup.com and check out, your local Gold Star meeting and come as our guest. Say that you heard about us on the radio and that you want to you get to come twice.
Yes, we're going to cover that in a little bit too. So, Carol, we're almost done, but I got to ask you one last question. You have these two businesses, but this isn't your primary job, though. You do something else. Can you tell us what else you do?
Yes, I do work full-time at a construction company. I'm an HR business partner, and I manage the benefits for about 500 to 600 employees. So, yeah, I am in HR that I've been in HR for a little bit over 20 years, in this company for about 5 years. But, yeah, I do have a full-time HR job.
We may have to call on you as a resource for some questions.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
that'd be great. I love HR. Then I go home and I love and do my job, my full-time Shomo Promo, so love it.
Well, thank you, Carol, for taking the time to be our guest on our show. We really appreciate you and the genuine nature that you give people to work with. You can contact Carol Hall at Shomo Promo, 510-928-0218. Connect with us on the web, smallbusinessvoicemedia.com and libertybrand.biz. We want to thank our guest, Carol Hall from Shomo Promo today. I've been doing business with Carol a long time, so you're not going to be disappointed. A lot of promo stuff, a lot of fun stuff. So we have The Path to Success, the client experience by Liberty Santiago, our intuitive business consultant and manifestation mentor of Diamond Consulting, LLC. And so today we're going to talk about the client success and how it impacts your success as a growing business or startup entrepreneur and mindset and strategy of a business owner.
So today I'm going to be giving you tips to consider implementing in your life to adopt an abundance mindset for success and fulfillment. Because I do believe that oftentimes we sacrifice success for fulfillment or the other way around, but I believe that you can have both. So my first tip is to change your perspective by sitting in the seat of your client and asking yourself, what feeling do you want your client or customer to have from start to finish? And is that feeling currently in sync with your messaging, branding, and overall journey that the client goes through when working with not just you, but your support team and your business systems? And one way that you can do this is try doing a walkthrough and role play what the client experience is like and make observations from a neutral place and ask yourself what is aligned and what isn't aligned. And one thing that one of my previous employers used to do is he would say, all right, we're going to walk through the office right now, and we're going to pretend that we're a customer, a client, a patient, and we're going to see what do they see, right? So if there's anything on the floor, any like lint or trash, overflowing, trash or something that looks messy, then, it's an opportunity for us to tidy that up because, you wanting to ask yourself that question. What do you want your client to see, feel, and experience? That's
an excellent idea.
It really is.
It is, yeah. I like that tip.
Yeah. And so the second tip is to create your vision and speak to the results. So the question is, Are you clearly communicating the direction leading your business towards success? So, for example, are you clearly stating to your team or to your support members, your coaches, your mentors, the clear vision that you have? And I want you to think about the last time you rallied your team together to participate in an active discussion about how to actually materialize your vision as a team or a supported business owner. Because highly effective leaders value regular meetings with their team.
It's a must.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So, it's funny because my mentor, Bob Proctor, talks about this very often. As he says that in corporate America, we're spending billions of dollars training people to know more. But that does not mean that people are actually doing more. And the size of the creative departments should actually increase. And these types of strategy sessions with your team should happen on a regular basis. And you should be constantly evaluating, do I have the right members in the right positions for their current, ideas and their current strong suits and where they're at in their life? Because doing your best can change throughout the seasons, throughout your experience.
Nice.
Yeah. And the third and final tip is to have an attitude of gratitude. Authentic appreciation to your clients and customers will earn you repeat and expanding business. Do not skip this step. Handwritten cards expressing thanks, follow-up calls after a service, or observing a milestone such as a birthday or an anniversary. These are easy, inexpensive, but highly impactful ways to expand the client experience beyond the time that you're done providing the service for them.
I feel inspired right now.
So be brave, take risks. Nothing can substitute experience. And that's a powerful quote from Paulo Coelho.
I was wondering how you pronounce that last name, so now I know how.
Coelho.
Coelho.
Yes.
All right. So this week we have our community corner. Our Gold Star regional meetings, we meet weekly, every day of the week. You can find us on meetup.com for listening to details. Liberty and I belong to Downtown Connections. We meet Thursdays at noon over at Skewers. So if you want to be Liberty's guest, or my guest.
Come on down.
Yes. Yeah, and just say you heard us on the radio show and you want to see who we are and what we look like. And
yes,
put a face to the voice.
Exactly. And then just to kind of prepare you for that, you will be warmly welcomed, and it's great food, great people. And we would also like for you to give us a 60-second presentation about who you are and what your business does. Yeah,
it's an awesome network. We also have the Holistic Chamber of Commerce meeting the third Wednesday of each month at 6:30 p.m. at the Dragonfly Art Studio. Easy parking, it's on J Street.
Mm-hmm.
I highly recommend. You also have Turlock Young Professionals the fourth Thursday of each month at 4:30 p.m. at the Grand Cru on Main Street in Turlock. And we also have the Modesto Chamber of Commerce hosts the Women in Business Mentorship Program every fourth Wednesday of the month from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. This is open to the public and will be held on Zoom. So you can contact us on the Small Business Voice Facebook page or on the web, smallbusinessvoicemedia.com, and also connect further with Liberty Santiago at libertybrand.biz. And pretty soon there's going to be an S in there, too. So what questions do you